Part 1, Concept and Design. The design for mineswept was fun to create, but really annoying to stick with. Once I had the main menu done, I didn't know where to go after that, and all these ideas I had just kept contradicting one another. Um, the HUD in the main game screen doesn't really match much of the rest of the game, but it looks so cool, and I'm not getting rid of it, especially since it took a while. um, the concept came from Cole. He was the one who had the idea for a whole Minesweeper roguelike, and I'll let him talk about that right here.
Yeah, so basically my whole idea was I recently learned how to play Minesweeper and I was like, man, this game's really fun. It would be cool if I could like make it with one of my favorite game genres, a roguelike. So basically what I did was like, hey Bobby, I have an idea for a project. Do you want to work together? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, it's a Minesweeper roguelike. And it was like, cool. So we got to work on concepts and Bobby did a lot of the concept work there. But yeah, it was a very fun project.
Here's some of my drawings. This was a lot of concept art for what I wanted Minesweeper to look like. Um, this one is one that I had for the shopkeeper, like his shop. Um, and as you can see, I stuck with the very first design I created, but we also had designs for me, a penguin, a realistic JPEG image of a guy. The shop pretty much stayed the same from when it was designed, and I like how it looked, and I like how it looks now, so I like that. I've said like about 5 times. Cole, can you put like a like counter, like up at the top right?
Bobby forgot to say this, so part two, Firebase.
These are 5 key Firebase concepts with specific lines from my code. The first key is authentication, which I like to call the bouncer. The line is auth.sign in with email and password, parentheses, email, comma, pass. This line is pretty much the bouncer of my game. It takes the user's password and email, drives them to Google's headquarters, checks their ID, and if they're on the list, it lets them in. If not, it kicks them out to the curb. No ID, no sweeping. Um, in fancy terms, it encrypts their data and sends it to Google's servers, where it is then authenticated and sent back. So no, I don't get your email or password, Miss Graves. The second key is database references. The line is db.ref parentheses in quotes users slash end quote plus user plus current user.uid. Sorry. Um, Imagine a filing cabinet the size of the Empire State Building. This line of code is the GPS that tells the game exactly which drawer, folder, and sheet of paper belongs to the player. Without the unique user ID, everyone would just be writing their stats on the same sticky note, which would be chaotic.
Now we head on to part three, Firebase integration and technical development. Now it's time for I, the great cold-boarded brazier, to begin my part of the project. Um, Starting off, main menu screen. Let's just, I guess, click start game to get into it. So we start here. You have three. Let's just start by clicking the corners, the goated Minesweeper strat. Okay. As you will see, you have three lives, so no need to worry about slight incidents. Our main input left is reveal tile, as you saw. Right is to flag it. Um, that's pretty simple. Let me finish up, or I guess not. But you see that? Shop. You can buy stuff. I'm a bit broke right now, so I can't. Let's go on to two devices. So if I go back to quit, and you'll see here, I have this helpful Chrome tab loaded up right here of my account called Ryan Beck is Cute. This, please note this is not my actual account. This is just a playtest account, obviously. But if I go to rank and I go to Ryan Beck is Cute here, you see his info, his card, his bio, his picture. Very nice, very nice. So now let's just say I hypothetically open this and maybe I want Rocky as my little PNG. We do that, and you know what? I don't like my body bio. I need to be more specific. Ryan Beck is the hottest, and I save that. Then I go back here, rank, and I open this up, and all of his I misspelled that, but all of his data has been saved excellently, and Rocky, the goated cat on the planet, is sitting up there looking at me. Um, for our conditionals, if I look in here, we go to class, the only good kind of class that I like. Um, you have constructor. Basically, what class does is it's like a factory where instead of one object just being a singular object, a class is more of like an object factory. So the constructor, which you can see right along here, this is just a big function that kind of defines our variables, similar to a function when you call those. But this is basically the blueprint for our tiles. If we go down here, new cell, boom, you'll see tiles that push, new cell. This adds it to our list of tiles. Go to the X and the Y that places that, sets both these as false, and just configures all the numbers. Um, so basically that's how that works. And that is it for part 3. Going on to part 4, reflection. What works so well? I think for me, the gameplay of just Mineswept itself, class was probably the easiest thing to implement. Took maybe an hour to do all of that stuff. It was very helpful, saved me tons of time on doing all those objects. I really appreciated it. However, on the other side, the thing I hated the most, I didn't hate it, it didn't take too long, but it was if I go into start game, you will see this little white outline. This is kind of what tells you what tiles you're selecting and just the general system for getting what tile your mouse is over. Um, Dr. Gem helped me on this one because I was a bit tired after doing the class, and I was like, man, I can't just, leave it as is. I have to do all this tile hovering stuff real quick. So I thought it would take, a little bit of time because I've done it before in stuff like Roblox Studio. I thought, how hard could it be? A lot of math involved. Luckily, Dr. Gem is the smartest AI on the planet, so don't fact check me on that one. But he helped me a lot with that one. Very helpful. Um, if we had more time, I think we can both agree we would have definitely fleshed out the roguelike system. Right now, it's not really a roguelike. It's more just Minesweeper if it was just expanded upon. Um, so we want to do that, kind of add more systems. And definitely in the future, we'd want to do that, add more shop items, maybe themes. We had an idea for that, but they're just so takes so long to add. Um, but basically, that's really our future plans. Firebase real-time systems. I learned Firebase is a very effective tool, even for small project games such as this. Firebase can be very useful. And it's just such a great tool. I've always thought database was so hard to implement, but it's really easy. And that concludes my part of the video.